Right here. Hey, protect your out. We put the work in. Let's finish. Come on, man. Let's do this. Family, I'll do 1, 2, 3.
You see, we dream chase, because that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
What's going on, Eagles Nation and TMTP family? Welcome back to another episode here on the Main Thing Podcast Presents. It's your bull, Mr. Owens. And after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes.
What's going on, Eagles family? This is your man, Big Huss, the one you trust, bringing you all your Philadelphia Eagles latest. Now, look, our Birds, they're heading to LA Monday night, coming off a rough 2-game skid. You know, we caught an L to the Cowboys, shouldn't have lost there. Caught another one to the Bears. What are we doing? Right? But you already know what the energy's been. Tonight, this is your reset game, right? Your identity game. This is a moment where we can stop pointing fingers at each other. Fans stop pointing fingers at like a game just to get it together. Start playing that Philadelphia Eagles brand of ball that we've all known to grow and love. You know what I mean? Both teams are fighting for playoff positions. Chargers, they're a legit threat coming out the AFC, right? But both teams riddled with injuries. Both teams desperate, fighting for momentum. This is a time to lock in, and we're going to break it all down for you. Everything you need to know going into the matchup. Well, you know me and Mr. Owens got you. So before we get into that, you know Mr. Owens got to holler at you.
Appreciate you, Big Hustle. Look, to our loyal supporters, thank you. Y'all know it's all love. The Main Thing Podcast Presents can't happen without the support from you. And to our new supporters, welcome to the community and our family. Let's continue to do our part for the community and our family. Please continue to like the videos. It does help with the visibility in the algorithm. Disrespect that comment section. Share and subscribe to the community and our content. And last but not least, don't forget to do this. Make sure to turn on them noties and keep your ears and eyes peeled to the streets like your local neighborhood watch. Wow. So you don't miss when me and Big Huss drop this pressure on y'all.
So look, let's get into it.
Straight
to it. Hey,
straight like
that. Start with the injury report, right? Major names out for the Eagles. If you haven't heard, you already know Lane Johnson. He's been out the past few weeks dealing with a foot injury. So it's going to be Fred Johnson in his place again. You have all the faith in Fred. He's got us locked in, right? The Eagles' run game, obviously, it functions better with Lane Johnson, but they have to find a way to get it going this week. And Fred has to anchor that edge. He cannot be a liability in the run game, allowing edge players to come screaming down the line of scrimmage, attacking Saquon Barkley in the backfield. This is an opportunity to get it right. So let's do it, right? On another note, another player, Jalen Carter. You haven't heard, has shoulder surgery. He'll be out possibly the next 2 games. We'll kind of see how that goes. That's a huge blow. So with him out, you're going to have a patchwork somewhat interior D-line between Jordan Davis, Moro Jomo, Byron Young, Ty Robb. Ty Robb's going to get some tick. Hopefully he can make, hopefully he can make some splash plays this week. I like to see that. But nobody can really replicate what JC does, man. He's one-on-one, thoroughbred player, interior explosion, pocket destruction. He just wreaks havoc when he really chooses to, right? Really a true difference maker. Now, questionable, we have Marcus Epps. He's returned to practice. His practice window been open, I believe, earlier this week, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it was, it was earlier this week. I believe Monday.
Week, right? Okay. So they have till Monday at 4 p.m. to truly activate him to the 53 roster. And if he is, more than likely he'll be starting over Sidney Brown at that starting safety position. Questionable. You have Miles Hilton with a back. His windows were open as well, but this is a situation where they more than likely won't rush him back. So he probably won't be activated for the game. But good news, we get our boy Landon back. Love to have him back in the fold. Hopefully Jalen Phillips comes back. He was dealing with that concussion, and we kind of know how concussions go, especially coming from the Miami situation, how they handle two and other. We don't want anything crazy. Player safety first. So if he can go, he goes. But if not, more than likely we'll see him next week. Zach Bond, full go. Jahan Dotson, full go. Xavier Gibson, boy, you better hold on to that ball.
Yeah.
He's a full go. But Phillips being back, that'll be massive if he's cleared. Philly, we need that explosive pass rusher, especially against this O-line, that Chargers O-line who's really banged up and will give up some plays. You know what I'm saying? So, Chargers injury report. Jump into it real quick. Big one. Herbert, left hand. Now, it's not his throwing hand, but it's still his hand. He was limited all week, fractured, had a plate inserted into it, screw inserted into it. So, more than likely, he's going to be playing. But even if he does play, how functional is that hand? Kind of break down how the left hand kind of affects you. Taking snaps. Hey, every play starts with the snap. So if you can't even get the snap off, that's a win for the Eagles. Tucking the ball in traffic. You know we love to attack the ball. I'm almost 1,000% certain that Vic Fangio and the coaching staff reminders all week. Attack the ball, attack that hand. He'll give one up. And if he doesn't, that left hand is going to be banged up, and it's going to cause some other issues, as we mentioned, ball security, absorbing hits, handling strip up. Look, it's not his throwing hand, but a hand is a hand for a quarterback. It's big. It's big. And here's the kicker. Both their tackles are out. Rashawn Slater, he's a dog. I ain't going to lie.
Major loss.
Major loss. Joe Alt, he's a dog, y'all. I ain't
Major loss.
So that's big. So you talk about inserting Phillips in this D-line. This D-line has a chance to feast this week with these two, especially off the edges, with these two being out. This is the thinnest O-line the Eagles have faced all season. I believe they're ranked 31st out of 32 according to PFF rankings. You also have a tight end, Tucker Fisk, who was out. I believe Omarion Hampton.
He was cleared to go.
He's cleared to go.
He's cleared to go.
He's a force. He's a force. But if we can beat that O-line to the punch, he can't get started. What does it matter?
And that's one thing, as we mentioned before, because Harbaugh, you already know he loves to run the football. They're going to establish that ground game.
Absolutely.
That's what they want to do. Establish the ground game and play defense. But a little bit more back on Justin Herbert. You know, when you're taking snaps under center, your left hand is the bottom hand. That's the hand that the ball hits first.
Support. Yeah.
Yes, that's the support hand. And then even in the pocket, everybody always, oh, well, it's not his throwing hand. That's still his guide hand to hold on to the ball. You see what I'm saying? So all of that is going to play an effect of Justin Herbert in that pocket. But we got an identity check now. We got to switch to the vibe check, man. The Eagles and the Los Angeles Chargers, I still think of them as the San Diego Chargers back in Qualcomm Stadium back in the day. We haven't faced them since 2021. So now we always know they're two totally different, complete teams right now. But the storylines right now are perfect for this primetime showdown. The Chargers do enter hot. They just beat the Raiders and look like a team putting things together late in the season. And over to the Birds, we're still looking for our identity. We have back-to-back losses, as Big Huss mentioned earlier. The offense is sputtering. The defense has given up chunk plays, and the media is trying to force a narrative now that the team is falling apart. Cam Newton. But inside that building this week, it was all about stop pointing fingers. Look, let's stop playing the blame game, all right? The message here is simple. Handle your job. Do your part. Pull in the same direction. This game will show us whether that message sticks Everybody seems to be in good spirits. I know I just saw something on IG where the offensive line got like an inflatable bear, like a happy bear or something like that in the locker room. You see what I'm saying? So I love the fact that the vibes and the energy around the Nova Complex are good. Look, we've been battle tested. We're Super Bowl champions for a reason. Let's just get back to fundamentals and the basics, and everything else will work itself out. But the main thing is execute, execute, execute. Do your responsibility, and we'll be fine.
And that's what it all boils down to. Do your 111. Just execute your box. You know what I'm saying? If you do that, that's a win across the board. You can't lose. You can't lose, right? All right, so let's talk about this Charger offense versus the Eagles defense a bit, right? The offense has collapsed, especially when Joe Alt went down. Week 6 through 9 with Alt, they were 9th in EPA per dropback. Now, if you don't know what EPA stands for, that's expected points added, right? They were 9th there. Weeks 10 through 13, no Alt, they went from 9th to 28th. Now, Herbert still, he's a good talent, y'all. Big body guy, decent arm. But behind this offensive line, the Eagles front, once again, they have to dominate. You have to pressure Herbert. Herbert can't sit back there feeling too comfortable, like we're making a sandwich, checking his mail. Hey, let me call in on mom, see how it can't be one of those days. He needs to be flustered, right? Seeing ghosts. Pressure has to be the priority. We have BG back, right? We have Jalix Hunt, Nolan Smith, Phillips, right? Jordan Davis, or Jomo Young. We have the players to get it done. We just have to execute, right? If we can't pressure, I'm telling you, we're not going to win this game, because then what's going to end up happening? The run game's going to start taking effect. He's going to start using his legs. Play action's going to take in, and it's going to be a repeat of damn near what we saw last week, right? Run defense. Okay, I got to get last week on my head. Run defense, it has to improve. The Bears game, man, that's disrespectful. That can't happen, right? Commodity Vidal, I guess he'll start, but the question is really around Omarion Hampton. You said he's a go. Look, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Both these running backs, I like Kamani coming out of, I believe it was
I think Troy. It was Troy, yeah.
Or something like, right? The kid can run. Both these running, they have solid running backs, right? But like I said, if you could whoop the old line at the point and get them before they get going, or clog these holes up, what does it even matter? Then they're going to try to get Herbert's legs involved. What did Mr. Arnold say? Do your job, right? Check your box, right? If you're a pitch man, or you're out, whatever the case may be on the RPO, whatever the case may be, you're contained, then do your damn job. Because Herbert, he's a mobile quarterback. He is a guy who can gas you with his legs as well. We just can't allow the chunk plays. We have to make the Chargers earn it. We can't give it to them this week.
We definitely can't give it to them, because, and one thing, like you said, and what we said is, if they get that run game going, they start getting that play action, that's where Ladd McConkey does his work. Now,
he's a beast.
Yeah, go Dogs. Y'all know it, Georgia. You know. Ladd McConkey is a dog in the middle of the field. He can run every route on the route tree. That is going to be a major test for Cool, because obviously they have him. They have Arondé Gadsden, the rookie from Syracuse at tight end. Yep. I'm not really worried about the bull from TCU, Johnston.
He's been coming on here of late, but he's streaky. Ladd McConkey, consistent. I'm telling y'all, he's gonna give you work if you give it, allow him to. And like you said, in the tight end, the rookie tight end, he's a mismatch. Big body guy, but he can run. Big wingspan. Look at a basketball player out there, kind of deal.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, but that's what we got to focus on with their offense. Eliminate that run game and put it on Justin Herbert to beat us. Get him off his spot, get him off his rhythm, get his timing off. Make him beat us with his arm. Even though he's a big elite passer of the football, We don't know how his hand is going to hold up in this game. So we have to make sure, even if we don't get fully to him, let's make sure we push him down at the end of the play after he releases the football, get him dirty a little bit so he can start thinking about, okay, if this pressure is coming, he starts to short arm his throws and he can't step fully into his throws. Now let's flip it over to our offense versus the Chargers defense. Now, the Chargers defense is ranked number 3, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages in the NFL. They're only allowing 275.3 yards a game. They fly around, they hit, and early on when they're fresh, they are a problem. Now, the Eagles offense, we're still searching for them. Still disjointed. Still the number 24 offense in the league right now. That's stinky, all right? Nick Sirianni said the issues come down to confidence and consistency. But let's add another comma onto that. Execution. That's what it's all about. Confidence, consistency, and executing what you're supposed to be executing. Kevin Patullo is still calling plays. Now, the key is long, sustained drives, all right? We all know that the offense leads the league in 3 and outs. Our defense has been on the field for God, I don't know how long. They're probably on the field right now, to be honest with you. Look, what we need to do is we need 10 play drives, convert on 4th downs, control the clock, TOB, time of possession, keeping that elite offense off the field. Another thing what we need to do as well, because is let's win on 1st down. We've been saying this for I don't know how many weeks. It makes it easier when you go from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4. Manageable. We need to stop beating ourselves and shooting ourselves in the foot. All right. I know Arthur Juan K leads our team in penalties from a receiver spot. That is unacceptable. I don't want to see no illegal formation. I don't want to see any false starts. I don't want to see any holding. Stop putting us in disadvantageous positions. Stop putting us behind the sticks. That is where we lose. We'll go from 1st and 10, get a holding penalty. Now it's 1st and 20. You're not going to win going backwards. The whole point of the game, football with the offense is to move forward, not backwards. All right. What we can expect, though, is a heavy dosage of Saquon Barkley. Even though the Los Angeles Chargers do rank near the top in run defense, we need to use Saquon early and often. The Chargers defense is fast, as we mentioned earlier, but they can be gashed in the A gaps. All right. Without Lane Johnson, we got Big Fred over there, right tackle. The run efficiency does drop. But Saquon still has the burst to flip a drive with one cut. Let's also incorporate some Tank Bigsby. Get him some touches in this game as well. All right. We have to find a way to get creative and get these and get this offense flowing and humming back to the caliber that we know that they could play this game. Now, the biggest X factor here is our very own QB1. Hey, Chris Simmons. Shout out to you. You a hater for real, bruh. All right. Look, now there's been chatter that he doesn't want to run as much in 2025. All right. But look, QB1 shut that down this week. He said he does whatever the game requires, whatever it takes to win the football game. So now this is one of those games where QB1's legs have to come alive. All right. The Eagles, what we need to do is QB powers, some more scrambles, some more design keepers for QB1, and let QB1 work his off-script magic. Okay. Sometimes when he breaks the pocket and he breaks contain, let's let Arthur Juan K, let's let Smitty, let's let Dallas Goedert do their thing downfield. We got the most expensive offense for a reason, because we have ballers on that side of the field. Let's open up this offense and put stress on this Los Angeles Chargers defense, because when QB1 does run the ball, this offense wakes up. We saw it when we played the Bears on Black Friday. We were stagnant. We weren't moving the ball. What happened? QB1 broke off like a 20-plus yard run. What do we do after that? We capitalized and finished that drive with the Arthur Juan K tied out. This is what we need to incorporate in the offense, okay? And if this game gets tight, he will have to use his legs. That is what QB1. That's the beauty of having a mobile quarterback, not a standstill statue quarterback. When it gets a little muddy in the pocket, they're able to create and pick up the necessary yards that we need to continue to move forward.
And I honestly think that's what it's going to take. QB1 using his legs. I think his legs is going to be what it's going to take to unlock this offense and really get it going, because I'm just not trusting KP. I'll just leave it at that.
I'm not either. And it puts stress on the defense. We play defense because it keeps you honest on that side of the ball, especially with the edge rusher.
Because essentially, you got to look at it from offense to defense. I'm not saying the QB isn't factored into the offense, but essentially it's 10 on 11, right? When you add that extra player, it gives you something else to think about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying QB1 to take any unnecessary hits, but if they're gonna give you 4 yards, hell, take the 4 yards. They're gonna give you 14, take the 14, right? It'll open up everything else down the field. It might even unlock Saquon Barkley, right? Then we start seeing flashes of 2024. So let's talk about the main thing, keys to victory, right? Open it up as we discussed. Pressure Herbert early, often. You got to harass him. Attack that compromised hand. Hopefully you get some turnovers, right? The front this week has to dominate. That front four, that front seven. If we're blitzing, they have to dominate this week, right? As Mr. Owen just said, establish that run, whether it be Saquon, Tank Bigsby, Jalen Hurts, I don't care, end of rounds, whatever the case may be. Let's get some sort of run game going. Keeping the Chargers linebackers honest, keeping it to 3rd and manageables. A 3rd and 3 is better than a 3rd and 13, right? Wear them down. And as you wear them down, you might start busting those long runs like we used to do last year late in games. Saquon going 70 yards in the 4th quarter kind of deal. Because you're wearing them down, both physically and mentally. Win TOP, we got to get back to that, controlling the clock, long drives, keeping that Charger offense on the sideline, right? And it's kind of like it's a mental game as well. Right now, he's over there itching. They're frustrated, man. We can't get anything going because his offense has been on the damn field for 9 minutes and some change. It's frustrating. So you want to win TOP. As we said earlier, no Lane Johnson. So you got his brother Fred Johnson, right? And with Fred in, look, Fred, he's solid. He's come up big for us in some big time moments, but let's help him out. Some chips, whether it be from the tight ends, the running backs. I don't want to see him left in too many one-on-one situations. Then when he gets beat, everybody's going to be looking around like, what's going on? Help him out. Put your player in the best position to succeed, right? Red zone execution. We got to continue to win here. Here lately, it's been a lot of field goals. Those field goals have to start turning into touchdowns. We need 6. We need 6. Red zone execution has to stay elite. When we get within the 20s, we got to punch it in, right? Now, there's no finger pointing this week, man, especially coming off the losses and how we lost. Most teams might be damaged internally, right? We got to come together. Support your brother, support your coaches. We all know KP's having a rough time. Just got his house egg. You know what I'm saying? It's been a rough week. It's been a rough week, been a rough season. So corral the guy. Play for the man next to you. We have to show up. Tough, detailed, together. You got to hold everybody accountable. If we can do this, I believe we can come out with a victory.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, go ahead, brother. No, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
I was about to say, and lastly, let me not forget about special teams, because we always do the phases on here. Offense, defense, special teams. Special teams, you've been solid. Continue to do a good job. Hopefully with Xavier Gibson returning, we can kind of get that return game going a little bit. I was about to say, what's my man running back? Will Shipley is actually doing has been doing a very solid. Honestly, when he returns a kick, in my mind, I'm like, all right, I automatically know he's getting to the 30. Like I feel like that's his number. He's like, I gotta hit at least the 30-yard line kind of deal. So we can kind of keep that going, helping the offense out, helping your defense out. Brandon, man, he's been pretty solid. We should be solid, man. It should be. I'm telling you, all the tools are there. We just gotta execute, baby. Just execute.
Us, we got our own Lowe's in our very own backyard. Every tool is in the tool shed, fam. Like, bro, you need the monkey wrench, you need whatever you need, bruh. We got it. Another thing where I wanted to add on to your special teams point, because Jake, I'm looking directly at you. We need you to make those field goals. Every point matters. I know sometimes you're put in an uncompromised position where you got to kick 50 plus yarders. You got to kick 60 plus yarders. But I'm sitting over here watching them stinky Cowboys and Brandon Aubrey kicking stuff from 64, 65.
That boy got a boot.
Come on. And football wasn't his first sport. That's the crazy thing about it. Man. We need you, Jake. Everybody else, the kick return, the punt return, the punt team, field goal unit, we need it. All these points are going to matter. Jake, get back to what you know how to do. You're a 2-time Super Bowl champ for a reason, bro. It shouldn't be to the point where we're sitting here watching the game and our stomach starts turning a little bit when you about to start kicking the ball, bro. I'm thinking like, man, sometimes it come off his foot. I see it start tailing right. I'm like, bro, you about to miss another one. This is coming from two diehard Eagle fans where we watch David Akers, arguably the best kicker in Eagles history. David Akers used to come on. Oh, it's nothing. It's automatic. It's going straight through. We got to get back to the fundamentals and basics, and that starts with winning every phase, as me and Big Huss always preach. Offense, defense, special teams, and the coaching. Please be on y'all game. Not more so Vic Fangio, the offensive side of the ball. Vic Fangio has bailed out this team for so long in this 2025 season. It's time to return the favor. Our offense needs to sustain those drives, and when they get down into the red zone, as you mentioned earlier, punch this ball in. We need tight owls, all right? But look, something more exciting and a little fun. So they got the Monsters Fun Day happening on Monday. And the fans, that's the energy that they need for the young bulls and the young bullets. You see what I'm saying? The young Johns. The Eagles thrive in chaotic, intense, gritty environments. That's what Philadelphia is. When the backs are against the wall mentality, the past 2 weeks were humbling. When we lost to the Bears and when we lost to the Cowboys, they weren't good feelings. We got to get that sour and bad taste out of our mouth, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. But humbling can spark hunger. This team needs to get out there on Monday and remind the league that the monster that we've already built, this community that we've already built, and this culture that we built still is in us. And it starts with Monday. We control our own destiny. We control our own path. I'm tired of sitting around and saying, hey, we need this team to lose, or we need this. No, if we take care of our business, we don't need anybody to lose. Let's focus on ourselves and right this ship.
Absolutely. So let's talk about what's at stake here, man. Kind of zoom out a little bit, right? The Eagles' playoff impact. Currently, we're at 90% chance to win NFC East. If we win this game on Monday, we bump up to 95%. If we lose, we bump down to 83%. Now, still in good standing either way, but I prefer 95 over 83, right? Now, with the Chargers' playoff impact, they're sitting around 60% right now, right? The AFC is a tough division, or tough conference, I should say. If they win, jumps up to 75% or 74%, excuse me. If they lose, it's down to 50. So we kind of need this one to steady our ship. You know, open those windows up, get some fresh air in, kind of calm everything going on. They need this for survival. America's watching because, you know, they want to see the Eagles collapse. It's a whole bunch of hate going on. They don't want to see us thrive, man. They don't want to see us win. But it's also a chance for us to show America, like, nah, we got that fight in us. We ain't going nowhere, right? Kind of settle that narrative. The champs are here. So it's an opportunity for both teams. It's just more so who wants it more.
Mhm. And not only America, because we're gonna take it a step further, the world. It's some people in the world that don't want to see the Eagles. We're worldwide
Brazil.
over here. You
Brazil.
you feel me? We are worldwide out here. You feel me? But it's time to silence those critics. And with the win, as you say, we'll go up to 95%. I like that number because
Man,
95 run through Philly for real. You see what I'm saying? 95. Look, the link right off of 95. We used to that. So let's
You know
get
what I'm
back to the
saying?
brand of ball that we know how to play and stop playing around with these inferior teams. You see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
here's the main thing. All right, from me and Big Huss. All right, this game will be decided at the line of scrimmage in the trenches, as always. Okay, you gotta win up front. Okay, the Eagles, look, we have a better defensive front, the healthier offensive line, the overall better roster, the higher DVOA, and a QB with two functioning hands. That's a little jab for the Los Angeles Chargers fans. But the Chargers, they have a banged up Herbert, messed up hand, one of the worst O lines in football. Y'all should release Mekhi Becton too. Stop playing with him because he frustrated over there. He ain't happy with y'all. All right, let him come back to home where we know how to use him. Okay, some injured weapons and a defense that does give up chunk plays. That spills a recipe for success here with the Philadelphia Eagles. If the Birds simply can play functional football, not even great football, which we want, they should control this game from start to finish, from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. But these past 2 weeks, they've been anything but functional. I don't know what team we've been getting, but that team needs to be left at the door. All right. So Monday night, we find out exactly who they are. All right. Is this where the bleeding stops, or is this the beginning of something darker? If we had to put our money on it, I believe this is where the bleeding stops and we get back to the brand of ball that we know how and that we're accustomed to playing.
So, shoot, with that said, y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all know what time it is. Score prediction time. Gotta put them numbers out there. So I'm gonna keep it a beam. I think that this is gonna be a tight game. I do not think this is gonna be a blowout by any stretch of the imagination. I have us winning though 21-14.
Hmm. Okay, 21-14. One possession game.
One possession drink. I think we'll score 3 touchdowns, but I think we're gonna give up about two of them things. Yeah. Probably one, honestly, one to the tight end and probably one on the ground.
Okay. So 21-14. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. So I'm going to go a little bit higher. Look, it got to break at some point. It has to break at some point. This is a team that put 55 up in the NFC Championship game, 40 plus in a Super Bowl. It ain't nothing different, but just the offensive coordinator. I feel like with the talent, with the dogs, with the leadership that we have on that side of the ball, why not this week? Why not Monday? So I believe that the final score of this game versus the Los Angeles Chargers will be 34-21. I think that we're going to crack the 30s. I know it's been a S show out there with the offense, and we're like, what are we watching here, bro? I think I'd rather go to, no disrespect, gardening class, all right? Then watch our offense, bro. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to all the gardeners out there. But it just, why not this week, man? We gotta break out of our slump and get back on track of what we usually do, bro.
So is your faith more so, and you think KP is gonna write it, or are you more so thinking just the talent will just write itself?
I think my faith is more on the talent. I ain't never really had faith in KP, bro. It ain't start back then. It ain't starting now. All right, it's more the talent. Them dogs, them all pros, future Hall of Famers that we got on that side of the football.
Got you.
You feel me? They was doing quite well before KP started calling plays.
Oh shit!
Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating.
It is. It really is.
All you can do is laugh, man. The more
I'm
that
telling
you
you.
keep it in, you're gonna get upset and build up anger, man. It ain't look, we trust the dogs that we got over there. KP, bro, get off your high school, your youth playbook. Open up that
Man,
playbook, man. We got the
that's it.
dogs out here to do it, bro.
And at the end of the day, like all the tools are there. You just have to learn how to use them properly. You know what I'm saying? If if you need a wrench, use a wrench. If you need a hammer, use the hammer. Don't go up here and start trying to hammer nails with a screwdriver and you wondering why it ain't working out. Like you gotta use it right. You gotta put it together. So I hopefully talent does take over, or on a more ideal scale, KP will write itself and it'll all just naturally get fixed. But 21-14, you had 34-21. 21. A victory is a victory, a win's a win. We just need to come through, man. One game at a time, big dog. Just one game at a time.
And it's all gonna work out because it will all work out.
What
Kevin Hart said? I thought everybody was using the word. What? Come on, man. Jesus, man. Look, before we get out of here, we got to talk to our supporters and our family, to our loyal supporters. Thank you. Y'all know it's all love. The Main Thing Podcast Presents can't happen without the support from y'all. And to our new supporters, welcome to the community and our family. Let's continue to do our part for the community and our family. Please continue to like the videos. It does help with the visibility in the algorithm. Disrespect that comment section. Stop being shy and bashful. Go ahead down there, man. Share and subscribe to the community and our content. And last but not least, don't forget to turn on that notification bell, also known as that Liberty Bell looking thingy, so you don't miss when Swoop comes out with the Eagles news and updates.
Absolutely. Now, look, I hope everyone's having a great weekend, resting up, doing what you're doing, hanging with the family. Be sure to lock into those birds on Monday night. Support the birds, support the channel. Man, y'all know the vibes. And if you don't know, I go by Big Huss, excuse me.
And I go by Mr. Owns.
This is the Main Thing Podcast, where we keep the main thing. The main thing. Hey, have a great weekend. This flag will fly till we die. Till next time, we out.
It was I was gonna make a lot of money doing what I wanted to do. I went after it, and it was a struggle to achieve it. But you know what? Caught that bitch. Dream chasing.